Hello, fellow watchers and enjoyers. Ash and Piggy here, bringing you yet another edition of Watching Walford. It's episode number 35, and in today's episode, we'll be covering... Well, don't really know what we'll be covering yet. It's a bit of a mishmash. So far this week on the channel, we covered the episodes from the 28th all the way to the 31st of August. And yeah, so that means there's been 8 videos coming out so far this week. Mentally, I'm even thinking, like, do we just do a video or we just review the entire week, but then just went, hold on, that's what the podcast is for. So I'll be honest. Probably not gonna be the most concise episode where we go through everything that's happened this week on EastEnders, as if you do want to see that, you can just watch all of the other episodes that have been released on the channel. They've been doing great numbers, so chances are you probably have. Anyways, Piggy, how's it going, mate?
Yeah, it's going good. It's going good. Hold on, I'm going to take a sip of tea. It's going good. Obviously, I had my flight to London. Fun. Haven't forward to this, but
yeah,
surprise! I have been looking at hotels for us if you're going next year, because I will obviously tell you off camera what hotels I've been looking at. Because for people who know me, my granddad, because to give an example, my granddad was literally like, you tell him on the 31st of August, look pal, we're going away the 1st of September 2024. He would fucking have the hotel booked, he'd have the flights booked, he'd even have the food ready, like. And then I went down to my dad, because obviously for people, let's peel back the curtain here, for people who know me, there's a possibility that I'm moving over to Ash. Not in the same house that his brothers live in. That would be very weird. Like, his brother trying to have a shot at me, just banging on the door, like, I really need to go. And he's like, fuck off. You're not my real family. And I'm just sad, like. But, like, my dad's been doing research. He's been messaging estate agents. He's been fucking, like, he's ready for this. Like, and I haven't even saved yet. And he's just like, I've got you, son. I've got you. And then I basically went like that. Look, if you want to go to Wembley next year, because that's where AW is, I will sort of get the hotels booked in advance, so they're cheap, instead of just waiting until like June, where they're so expensive. Yeah. Get them while they're cheap. So yeah, all in was great fun. Never forget me in the line waiting to get a Coke, because they don't do non-alcoholics at Wembley, which is understandable. It was either a Magners, Guinness, Heineken, I think, or you just get like a soda or a fizzy drink, as we call it. I remember there was these 2 guys, and this one guy did not want a pint. So I'm just sitting there clueless. You know, like the Kurt Angle meme where he's just sat there clueless. He's just standing there looking at the sky, all clueless. I just sat there like thinking, do I get a Coke? I don't know if I want a Coke. And these 2 lads go, you pal. I go, yeah, hello. He goes, should this man get a pint? And I just went, not only should he get a pint, he should get 2 pints, clap them together, and then down them in one go. And the man just turned around and went, fuck you. And walked off. But it was so fun. Like, I can't describe it. There is just something about going to a wrestling show with your friends, meeting up, reminiscing about life. Like, there's something fun about it. Yeah. Like, I'm not saying that, like, I don't know if you've ever done it. Never. You've probably done it. You've probably done it with, like, a festival or something. Oh, yeah. But like, meet up with a bunch of people. Well, it's because it's a thing that a lot of people watch, and most people come from like around the world. Like a lot of the friends you meet in like wrestling, for example, you don't fucking live 5 minutes away from them.
So, you know, you come together. It's like when I went to a festival, I went with a bunch of Welshies from Swansea. And it was great fun because they were all like fucking funny as shit. So, you know, like bit mental. At some point during that festival, the main Welsh lad, who was a guy called Josh, made a helmet and some armor with some strongbow cans. Made a staff and draped the Welsh flag over his back and called himself like Saint David of Wales. Just walking through this fucking festival with a staff of fucking cider. It's great fun.
Yeah. Like, because obviously you can't do that for soaps. Because soaps are... Like,
what are you gonna do? Go to the fucking British Soap Awards? Like, nah, I'm good.
Like, obviously, if Ash really wanted to go to the British Soap Awards, I'd go with him. Because, for people who don't know, Ash kind of does not like to go with things on his own. Whereas like Ash just went to me, look, if I want to go travelling, would you come with me? And I'm like, don't worry, pal, I'll come with you.
Pretty much. I'm just not really the biggest fan of travel. And I don't like travelling. I like travelling by myself. It's very stressful. I'm not very good at being organised and knowing all the things I should do. I'm just not very good at travelling.
And then you look at me, I got on a flight by myself. I got a taxi by myself. And I arrived at my hotel safely. Because if you grew up around my kind of dad and my granddad, they don't get you lost. They tell you directly where to go. Now, son, if you go into Wembley, you will see the massive Wembley thing, or whatever it's called, the massive arch of Wembley. You'll know you're in Wembley when you see that. And you'll see a giant tube station that says Wembley Tube Station. Then you'll know you're in Wembley. If you see Big Ben, then you'll know you're not in Wembley. You're in fucking London.
Yeah.
Like, it's like the things you look out for. It's like, because I love, it's a weird thing because people are like, do you not really have that in Ireland? We have it on the Lewis, but not on the tram. Or I don't think we have it on the train either. Basically in the tube, they have like all the stations you're going there. And I loved looking at that because it's like, there's some of these stations are so funny. Like one of them was just called Piccadilly. I don't know why it made me laugh.
I mean, Piccadilly Station's one of the most famous London stations.
Yeah, but I haven't been in London. But
yeah.
But like, it was great fun. Like, the tube is so easy. Like, I was shitting myself. I was like, I'm gonna get lost. But no, you literally just sit on the tube, listen for the lady, or you look at the LED screens that go past.
Yeah.
And you basically just look at them, and it says, "You're at Wembley Station." You just get off.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
But like, it would be even worse to get a bus because at least the tube, like you're kind of not really distancing, but you're not all like clumped together.
Yeah.
You are, but compared to a bus where you just sat in the same spot for like 4 hours would hurt you.
Yeah.
But that was my experience with Wembley. The show was great. Went to West Ham the night before.
Oh.
Great place. Went to the Cow, a lovely pub. Got myself a strawberry cider, non-alcoholic.
Lovely.
Fork got 2 ciders because his girlfriend accidentally ordered me an alcoholic cider, and I was sorry I can't drink. She said that's respectable. She didn't force me to drink it, which I loved. Because, you know, some people might be like, go on, drink it, and you'd be like...
I bought you a fucking pint. Why aren't you drinking a pint, you little bastard?
She was lovely and respectable, but, like, you should have seen Fark, like, he had 1 pint, and he was downing it, and then he just grabbed the other one, and he started downing the other one. So he started switching between the two of them, and started downing them. Obviously, I met these wrestling fans that I knew from years ago. I met them on the Sunday, and it's just the old lady I couldn't get over. It was just the old lady I loved. She had about 5 teeth in her head. I met all the wrestlers, me. I came over here to see the Hardy Boys, got VIP tickets. And I'm like, right, love. Look, I'm not saying do your history, But if you get a DUI in America, that limits you to travel to other countries.
Also, a
or
lot of
something
the,
like that.
just a lot of the drug issues.
Yeah. But I nearly started laughing, and I didn't want to laugh. But she said she fell down the VIP stairs. So I was like, do I laugh or do I not? But yeah, it was great fun. I definitely if we're doing it next year, I will definitely mollycolly you and just be like, Ash, just stay with me, you'll be fine. Yeah. I'm not gonna get you lost. If we get lost together, we get lost together. But it's so simple to navigate.
Yeah.
But yeah, just one thing for wrestling fans: stop standing outside hotels waiting for your wrestler to come out and asking them for an autograph or asking them to take pictures with you. They've just want to get about their day. I fucking hate it in any media, whether it's football, wrestling, darts, anything. If you see your favorite celebrity outside a hotel and you want a cheeky photo, just wait until a Comic-Con or something. I know it's expensive, but rather do that and you won't upset them.
Yeah.
Compared to standing outside the hotel at 3 a.m, please, Phil Mitchell, can I get a photo? Steve McFadden, can I get a photo with you? Lad, I've just done the British Soap Awards. Will you fuck off? It's one of my pet peeves I hate, because you have to feel sorry for the people, the person that's coming out of the hotel.
Yeah.
Obviously it's different if the wrestler or celebrity is into it and is a part of it, if that makes sense. But most of them are not, because most of them are look, I've just wrestled a show. Will you fuck off, please? I've just showered. I'm about to get home. Please. It goes for anything. I just hate it. Well, the funny one was that there was a big, massive security guard, right?
Yeah.
Sorry to get sidetracked, but I love this story. There was a big, massive security guard, and he's bringing one of the wrestlers in, and he had a security badge on him, right? And he was so a part of it. He was like, "Can I get anyone want a photograph of me?" So all these lads just started getting photographs with the security guard. He was full on into it. But yeah, my experience in London was great. Flight got delayed Monday, but that was alright. Not much else happened. Had a lasagna with a bunch of strangers. It's fun.
Yeah, honestly, we can. Honestly, do we want to just basically because we've already recorded 4 videos. We can just talk about, if we want to talk about some of our vague plans for the channel and some of the stuff that we are looking to do. Maybe some of our plans for next year. We could get into that. I'm just gonna shut the door.
I will briefly explain this to people. Since we recorded 4 videos, we might just the podcast where we do the watch alongs for the week. We might just it might be a more laid back podcast. So if you're not really into that, well, I'm sorry, but we will have it in the description that it's we will cover EastEnders, but it's not going to be the main topic this time. Just the awards will be at the very end, but it won't be the main topic. Sorry about that, but if you want a rundown of the episode, just go watch.
Yeah, we've literally done 8 videos.
We have another video to record after this anyways. We have to do the month in review, and then maybe we're recording a wrestling podcast. Maybe, probably not. Because Ash be like, lad, I've been in the fucking trenches. In the fucking trenches.
Exactly. Yeah, what do you reckon, Piggy? Talking about our plans for next year, our plans for this year. You want to float any of these?
Go ahead.
Wait, I've done something. Well, I mean, our current plans, obviously, we've been doing this channel for approximately 9 months now, and we've learned a lot through the time. For the most part, content-wise, it's the 2 constants are going to be the classic podcast and the current podcast, the 2 key points really. And that's perfectly that's fine with that. There's no issues with that. I'd like to think that slowly both things will grow. That's fine. currently we're planning on doing like a 25 days of Duffmas or whatever the fuck, I don't know. Name still pending, you know. But we do aim to have at least 25 videos done, like, and released daily in the build up to Christmas. I will just say, if you have any ideas of any like dumb little stories we could go through, do suggest it, because you know, some like lighter stuff, some like surprise stuff, you know, it's all kind of, we haven't necessarily decided what we're going to do yet, but we are aiming to get at least 25 like videos done in the build up to Christmas. And then obviously after Christmas we'll be doing like we'll do perhaps a live stream if we get the time, just to kind of, you know, all come together, watch the soaps, and yeah, do like the like videos and the podcast afterwards, and then building into the new year, which should be normal. It was usually it's supposed to be like a week or two off for me personally, but the main issue is I can't exactly just, if there's one week that if there's one fucking week that I'm not allowed to take off, it is Christmas, because so much, that's the biggest shit of the year. So yeah, you wanna go any more into some of our Christmas plans, some of the ideas?
Obviously, what I want to do is, because I just see there's something that I like about Christmas, and it's watching people. Right, how can I put this? I like watching people do Christmas streams. Now, I don't know how we will structure our Christmas stream, but I don't want to do it on Christmas Day, obviously. Yeah, Christmas Day will just strictly be for EastEnders.
Yeah.
We will be live on Christmas Day for EastEnders.
That's the plan, as long as I'm back in time.
Yeah. If he's not back in time, we will watch the episode and then release it afterwards. But the plan is to stream on Christmas Day. The other plan I plan on doing, I have to talk to Ash about it, which we might just talk about it on air now, because we're on air.
Yeah, we have time.
I just want to do a Christmas stream in the middle of December before Ash goes on holidays, because for people who want to know, Ash does have a job. He does get paid. Why is there a red dot on my head?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm going to be assassinated.
Might honestly be the last year of said job.
It might be. We are currently discussing Christmas, because people are like, why are you discussing Christmas? Well, you have to realise we've been doing this for 9 months. We've took mini breaks. Not mini lad. We're not like mini lad. We're not sending pictures to minors. But we've been taking mini breaks. Obviously we need a big break. So Christmas is kind of our chill out break. We will still be like doing Christmas Day, maybe Christmas Eve streams.
Yes.
For the episode. But just know that like most of the videos will be pre-recorded. Like it won't be just recorded on the 2nd of December, released on the 5th of December. They'll probably be recorded like in October the 1st.
Yeah, it's the simple matter of the fact is that obviously the job I do, I'll just briefly mention it. Well, basically, it's family business, and we do leather work, and obviously that is supply and demand. You know, like people order shit, we sell it. You know, we make it and then send it out. And at Christmas time, you know, people want to buy like a bunch of shit. Like, I'll buy like a hair barrette to put your hair up with. I'll buy a guitar straps for someone to, you know, bring out the guitar at the Christmas table. Today is gonna be the day.
Today is gonna throw back to you.
And you know, basically, all right, please stop that. It's just, you know, it's a very busy time. It's a very hectic time, because, you know, you have some people who buy it like late November. Like, can this get here before Christmas? Yes, it can. And then you have some people who order it on like the 18th. Like, you guys may be ending soon, but can you do mine first? Sound. Cheers. You know, it's supply and demand, and Christmas time is rather hectic. So, you know, that's why a lot of the videos that we will be doing will be very pre-recorded, and stuff that may have happened at the time. Obviously, we can't pre-record the fucking normal podcast. That will come out as normal. I imagine we'll pre-record a bunch of the classic podcasts just because. You know, I love doing the classic podcast, but it is still like 4 weeks of EastEnders. Not 4 weeks. There's still 4 more episodes of EastEnders when we could be doing other stuff. But yeah, that's generally... I think that's generally the Christmas plans.
We did... obviously, Ash knows a guy called Ash who runs Easily Entertained. Big bollocks that Ash is, don't know him. Big bollocks. So we obviously have a plan where Ash wants to go on Etsy and he buys me. I'll probably fly over to do this video because the flights are cheap in October. Where I buy 5 things from Etsy, he buys 5 things from Etsy, and we just see what the absolute shit we bought each other. Okay. EastEnders much, because obviously it'd be better to film it in person, so you get the reaction. Get your brother who has 1 leg just to film it. He has 2 legs, but one of them is fucked. Just get him to film it. I don't know how. I'd probably have to send the parcels to you and just put "Do not open" on it. Opens it anyways, leaves it closed.
I haven't actually thought of that, I'll be honest, but yeah, goddamn, decent idea.
Obviously, because the Christmas stream I want to do is I want us to watch movies, just chill out for a good few hours, and just be ourselves, because next year we'll probably, since we'll be in person next year, we'll probably do a Christmas stream, not on Christmas Day, but like the 12th of December next year.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's our Christmas plans. Our plans going forward for the next 4 or 5 months, it's just regular. We're just going to stay on the same track. We're going to keep growing. We're going to try and keep growing.
Yeah.
And we just want you to watch and enjoy us. Again, if this podcast you didn't like it, we're still recording it. I'm just putting another reminder there. If you're still saddened that it's not a normal podcast, I am sorry. But
there's only so much EastEnders you can talk about. Especially if we've done 8 videos discussing every single intricacy of this week of EastEnders. Do you want to talk about our plans of next year, of what we're actually planning to do? Do you want to go into that a little bit? Oh, I'll do it then. Well, current plans. Piggy is planning to move over to the UK, and we will likely get a place together, and then obviously kick the leather work on the head and get the chance to fully work on this channel. Probably work a lot more on doing streaming stuff, and probably a lot like side content, a lot more dumb stuff. I got dumb plans of some stupid baking / cooking streams, and a lot of nonsense. Just generally, I'm not saying next year is supposed to be like the fucking uni days, but it's supposed to be a lot more chill, a lot more kickback, a lot time to stand on our own 2 feet, and just generally just kind of fuck about, and hopefully keep building this channel. Probably another channel, maybe my own personal channel, or maybe the Watching Walford Twitch channel. We'll never know. Never really know. But yeah.
Also, before I get into that, we are thinking about creating a wrestling channel, but
that's at the discretion on the other person who we're doing it with.
Yes, it's all on their shoulders. We are basically, because people who know us, if they went Piggy run the channel, I'd be like, fuck off. I did jokingly say to Ash I would do it, but I can't. And Ash already runs 2 channels. He runs Watching Walford and he runs Aqua Dreams.
Exactly.
So if you give him a 3rd channel, Ash is literally going to be like that mom who's just smoking a cigar outside the shop. I've never got a break. Like, he'd be outside the co-op just fucking... Oh, these fucking kids, I tell you what, boy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that depends on the one person we're waiting on. Yeah, our plans for next year is basically getting moved over. Rent's going to be hard to pay for, but we are hoping that Watching Walford will grow to a substantial thing where we can, basically, the money can come back to us, and we can put the money into this channel as well. So what I'm saying is, if we grow to a substantial amount, people can then, if they want to follow us on Patreon or anything like that, they could. And then we basically put all the funds we get from that back into Watching Walford, because it is coming out of our own pockets. We're not putting any money into Watching Walford, actually.
Yeah. But, you know, there's a lot of cool ideas that I think I'd want to do. Like, I like the idea of eventually making some, like, fucking... not EastEnders character, like, plushies type things. But also, like, imagine a fucking, like a cute Phil Mitchell plushie. That would be fucking hilarious. You know, like, you know what I mean? Something like that. You know, just... I would be cool to commission some artwork, I think. Like, it would be nice to be able to, like, upgrade what the channel looks like a bit more. Commission some, like, art pieces. You know, there's a lot of, like, cool, dumb stuff that we could do. Like, it would be funny to do a series where we just kind of, like, buy a bunch of dumb shit on, like, Etsy or something. Or, like, you know, like, stuff like this that, as much as it's a good idea to... you know, if we are aiming to put more money into this, we would start needing to be making money out of this. But that's not really the big thing. Like, it's not like the... I don't know when we're going to launch, like, a Patreon or something. But I'd imagine maybe, like, New Year, perhaps. But it would just be about figuring out, like, how much more we can do, being in the same, like... being in the same place, like in the same setup, and, you know, just going from there, really.
And people who want to know, you will see a change in the podcast next year. Not anything like, we're not going to be like going back to the old ways, but you will see Mia's face and you will see his face, because how I plan it is that we have two chairs and we're basically facing the camera. And we're holding microphones.
But it'll likely look... it'll basically look like a fucking newsroom. Like, it'll just be two of us sat like that around a table, in front of a camera, just doing the same stuff, just, you know, just in person.
Yeah, because Watching Walford is like... me and Ash both thought Watching Walford was going to die.
Yeah.
And then you fuckers just clear.
It was one of those things that was funny, because, like, as much as we were always like, you know, if we weren't feeling it, it's just like, yeah, but we can't not do it, though, because we're quite fortunate that all of the videos we do usually, like, get decent views, and, like, genuinely my brain's like, well, there's no fucking point in not doing it. Like, why would we not do it? Just feels like everything we do, even if it's not even necessarily that good, it still does well. So it just kind of led to us just slowly starting to believe more and more that this is actually, like, it's good fun, it's a good topic. Like, get to do the YouTube thing where a lot of people, when they talk about YouTube, it feels like you have to not, like, pigeonhole yourself, but you have to find your own little niche. And it seems like we've found our nice little niche that, you know, we're happy to cover, and we're happy to, like, do other stuff with it. You know, it's a good platform to, like, propel ourselves, I guess.
I was looking at Big Motu. This is gonna be Ash when he has to. This is gonna be Ash when he realizes he has to stream on Christmas Day.
Oh. Alright, fine. Sad Puppy can be on the podcast.
He's a big chunky boy, isn't he? The one thing that kept me sane from doing all these videos was I found this pug called Pickles, and I just sent Ash the video, and he's just a big chunky pug, and Ash is like, I fucking hate chunky pugs.
I just stop making your dogs fat. Dogs are supposed to fucking genuinely making your dog's quality of life worse.
You have to admit, there is just something about a weak fat dog, like.
Yeah, it's funny, like, but you know.
There's nothing funnier for me than seeing a dog in a Hawaiian shirt, with a big belly. Like, it's looking in the mirror.
It's not your fucking dad. Like, what? I don't know. Just allow pets to be pets. Don't make pets people.
So, what's your thoughts then on dogs and shoes in the heat?
I don't understand. I don't really know. Never really had to look at dogs in shoes.
Because you do know you can get Crocs for your dogs now.
Fuck's sake.
You can get like boots, shoes, Crocs, slippers. Like, Jesus, there's a whole market out there.
Why have we established a market of clothing for dogs? For fuck's sake.
Watching Walford will have dog merch.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the idea of like having some sort of actual merch as well. Like the idea of having like a mug or something, you know, like having some fucking dumb lines on a like Piggy's like I fucking hate suits, on like something. I don't know.
Phil Mitchell chew toy.
Fuck you, Lily Slater. All the classics. Yeah, I suppose it's obviously the idea is that in moving in together, I mean, I could safely say personally, it's a big leap forward. Because you know, I still live in the same house I was brought up in. You know, I live with my family. So you know, and I think through doing this podcast and through like just developing like a much stronger friendship with Piggy, and generally with some of the life stuff that's happened this year, it's mentally given my head the boot, you know, like before, like let's say last year I would have just been like, oh, do you want to leave home? No. No, it's scary. You know, but obviously some of my money issues that I've had for years have kind of started to subside. So now I'm here. I now have money coming in and I don't have to worry about it. And my brain just goes, you know what? I think it's time. I think it's time to believe in myself, believe in Piggy, and believe in our plans that we can hopefully do something cool and hopefully do something big. And if not, we'll just be two fucking best mates living together. And you know what? We'll manage.
It's like, I'm not going to get into it because it's Ash's personal life, but like something happened to Ash this week, and I was just sat in the airport like, do you want me to come over? And Ash was like, no. I'm like, I'll fucking come over. You want me to come over? Like, and I'll cheer you up. He's like, no, please. It's just an incident that happened, Piggy. No need to come over. And I'm like, I'll fucking come over. I'll be your hype man. He's like, no, I'm fine. No, no.
I mean, I can't even just get into this now. Obviously, this past week, Monday morning, woke up with a phone call like, yo, your nan's dead. And it's like, fuck. Ain't good. Nan was one of the coolest people I've ever known. You know when you get older that you just start just giving less of a shit about everything?
Yeah.
So you just start casually insulting people. Just start casually insulting people, and then people are just like, wait, did you just say that? It just blankets. Oh, I didn't hear you. Sorry. Just fully, you know, had the nickname of the glamorous Gran around town, which was funny. And, you know, we've seen her every week on a Sunday for like the last several years. I mean, it's why we never really do the podcast on a Sunday, because there's always stuff to be done. It's sad, but you know, one thing that's nice is there's not much tragedy around it. She lived a very long, happy life, and she was either 84 or like 87, 88. I don't remember. 84 sticks in my brain, but who the fuck knows at this point. So it was just a nice little, you know, went peacefully in her sleep. So there's no real tragedy in it. She lived a good life, and we were there for her every step of the way. So yeah, it was I'm just happy that she got to see me in my current, like, I want to do things now. Like, I want to plan for the future type deal. Because, you know, she's seen me at my worst, and I'm glad to believe that she's probably seen me at, like, one of my best points. So, yeah, that was a bit of a surprise. But yeah, Piggy's like, oh, fucking, I'm like, Piggy, it's alright, mate. I'm really not that sad about it. So, oh, fuck, I'll be here, mate. I'll fucking be here. I'm like, Jesus fucking hell, Piggy.
Yeah, I was like, I'll come to the funeral, like, as a friend. He was like, no, but I would like to go to the funeral just to support you, because I do that for people that I care about. I go to the funeral. I don't know where the fuck I'd stay, but I would fly over on the Monday, just buried, fly back on the Monday night.
Nah, it's just it's a reminder that we're all in good hands. You know, It's nice to be at a point where I feel like there's definitely no. I feel like I'm surrounded by good people, and that gives me confidence.
Yeah. Obviously, one of Ash's friends is moving up north. I'm not going to get into that. That's not my business. And Ash was like, Pete, do you want to go up north like next year? And I'm like, mate, I don't fucking care. You can go up if you want. Because it's so nice having a friend who just looks at me and is like, can you please travel with me? And I'm just like, sure. Mm-hmm. It's nice to have that one person who's like, I would like to have you travel with me. And I'm just like, appreciate it. That is nice.
It's the obvious thing that I'm naturally an ideas person. I get excited by ideas, but I also don't ever really have the full, like, confidence in myself to just go, let's fucking do this. And somehow Piggy's taken the role of just like, yes, we're fucking doing it. We're absolutely doing it. And I'm like, sound? It's sound? Fine by me.
Yeah, because that
was usually the role I stood. Like, one of my best mates, a guy called Jake, who I mention on the podcast sometimes. But you know, like throughout our teenage years, it would be like Jake would be like, "Oh, you wanna do this?" And I'm like, "Yes, we're fucking doing it. We're doing it right now." And yeah, it's just kind of funny that the roles have been reversed. Although I'm sure if you did go, I want to do this, I'd be like, yeah, sure. So yeah, it's just cool stuff, really. It's I think it'd be really interesting to go through. I mean, I even know one of the videos I kind of want to do. It's gonna be self-indulgent, but the one thing I definitely think we should do for Christmas, I think we should look back at the first podcast and just kind of be like, oh, Jesus Christ. I think that would be kind of funny just to see us now, like full confidence, fully prepared, knows what's going on, to look back at the first podcast and look at just in comparison. Would be funny, like.
Something I want to do with Ash, but I'll probably talk to him off the podcast, is go up to Clacton. Is that where the EastEnders is? Like where they film on the beachside?
Yeah, I mean Clacton's like one of the like famous EastEnders locations, you know, because it's close to London, but it's also on the coast. So
I'd love to go up there with Ash one day and be like, Ash, come on, we're going up there and we're going to film this for Christmas and see what would happen.
Yeah.
But like, I did go up to the beachside yesterday for my tooth, because the only one place took a medical card in Dublin, I think. For people who are confused, a medical card is basically like do you know how you have free healthcare in England?
Yeah.
A medical card is basically just your free healthcare. So, like, if I had to go to a dentist about my actual tooth, it cost me about 100 to 200.
Yeah.
But if I have a medical card, it cost me about 20 to 30 euro.
That's not bad.
So when I go to hospital, it's free, except for the food. Like, if I went to the vending machine, it cost me money.
Yeah, of course.
But if like someone had to go to hospital, it cost them like 100 per night. Where if I went, it'll just be free. So there's good and bad with it. But the problem is, if you're working a 9-to-5 job, you can't have a medical card for some reason. Like, because you're getting a certain amount of money and you can't have a medical card, which I find stupid. Because I'm like, if they get in a workplace accident, surely they should have a medical card. Because, like if a box fell on his head, you're going to expect him to pay 500 euros just to get it fixed. But yeah, I did go to the seaside yesterday, had some lovely scampi and chips.
Nice.
Then went for a pint with my dad, got a bottle of Heineken. Like, people who know me, I either drink Heineken, Guinness, or Bulmers / Koppenberg / any cider. Non-alcoholic cider, of course, and non-alcoholic Guinness and Heineken. So it was nice. Had one of the most scary shits in my life. So yeah.
Same.
If you want to know, I can tell you.
I'm good, mate. I'm good. I think I'll manage not knowing.
No, but it's not scary. It's just the fact the door would not close. So I was like, I was trying to be on the toilet. The door keep opening, so I had to keep pushing it closed. So I couldn't even sit properly on the toilet because the toilet door would just keep opening. So like you're awkwardly having a shit, and the door starts opening. But yeah, that's all we have planned, really. We are watching Walford has definitely brought me and Ash together more. Because this has definitely been an idea Ash wants to do, but everyone he went to went. So Sid is one of Ash's friends. Would you mind doing fuck off? I'm not doing EastEnders. See, no, I'm not doing EastEnders. Slater, no, I'm not doing EastEnders. Piggy, oh yeah, fine, John, I'll do EastEnders. He had a list, and the top 5 people said no, and then I was number 6, and I just went, well, fuck it, John. Because I like to believe that Ash was like, no, 100% in me being like, I will do this. I definitely thought that Ash thinks that I'd be like, that I would half-arse it. I do for some videos.
Yeah.
But I just love how he's holy shit, you are into this.
Yeah, like it's so wild to think it's been 9 months of just without fail on like a weekly basis. Like, Tuesday, all right, time to do the classic podcast. Thursday, okay, let's do the podcast normally. Like, it's kind of wild to think that, especially considering the start, because at least one thing that has been fun to see it's been fun to see whether you are actually enjoying the podcast much more. Yeah, you are actually like enjoying the show and actually like fully like committing. Like, yeah, I'm fucking into this. Like, obviously not to the extent of me, where I'm like fucking watching all the soaps on the side, but like just actually engaging in the stories, actually like wanting to do the classic pod. It's been a wild trajectory considering how it started. The fact that we're still here is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, I basically I could easily have expected you to just be like, nah, I'm fuck this. Can't be bothered. And the extra stuff of you being like, yeah, let's do more of it.
Yeah. It's just been fun. Like, I just love how everyone he went to just said no. I was the only person who went yes. Like,
well, to be fair, I was never actually like pitching the podcast idea to anyone. It was just a little idea that I was just working on. Because obviously one thing I do when I get kind of like depressed is that I want to feel like I'm doing something cool. I don't want to feel like I'm doing something that like people will enjoy. Hence I've spent like last 5 years on and off streaming. Like done a bunch of different YouTube channel ideas to make myself feel like I'm doing something of worth. Like doing something that I feel like could be big and be much larger than I necessarily am. Cheeky little look into my psyche there. But yeah, it's just kind of, it was just a channel idea I was developing in the background. I was initially just gonna do the classic podcast. I was gonna gauge it as watching EastEnders from the start, and was gonna cover it in the similar format to how we did the earlier podcast episodes. And yeah, it's kind of wild. Also, Piggy, we've done more episodes of the podcast in the new format than we have the old format now.
well,
Just humble beginnings.
yeah, because people who know us, we originally hated the original format, but no one wanted to say anything.
Yeah.
So we were both walking on eggshells. Like, do I tell him I hate it? And Ash was like, do I tell him I hate it? So we were both like, we hate it together.
Yeah.
And
But we both hate it separately.
So yeah, we came up with the idea. This has been a fun podcast, I must say. Just taking a break. I like telling people how we are doing.
Yeah, because
obviously
you can never tell if people are here just for the EastEnders or they're also here a bit for us. Because we do say some mental shit.
Oh yeah, I remember I was talking to Ferg again on the Saturday, and we were listing ideas of signs to bring to All In.
Yeah.
And Ferg's one was Chris Benoit was innocent.
Oh, Jesus.
And my one was just Thatcher was right. Ferg went, we won't survive England. But I was like, we won't put Margaret Thatcher, we'll put Timothy Thatcher, not Margaret. So I couldn't get killed. But yeah, it's so nice that people watch us, enjoy us, and like us. We will keep doing this until we're like 40. We'll probably slow down when we hit our late 20s. But we aim to do this for at least another 10, 12 years.
I mean, we haven't necessarily talked about it, but I mean, it's one of the it's kind of funny to think it's probably one of the more long-standing like projects that we both worked on. And it's not like there's an absence of content to do. It's not like there's a lack of like fucking stuff we could do. There's always more we could do. There's always ideas we could look at. We could easily start delving into some of the like stories. Like I wrote up a bit of a piece on Mark Fowler and that character. Got some advice on it. It's probably gonna take me a while to actually do because I wasn't ready to do this next part. But there's always more. I could imagine us doing some more like edited content, like doing some more like story type videos. We did a video talking about the time that Ethel kidnapped a child, but I've kind of I haven't actually thought about piecing it together properly yet. So plus I highly doubt there being much in our lives that actively change, because it's not like we're gonna fucking I'm not really a fucking relationship person in any sense of the word. Like, it's kind of, I feel like it's just, you'll just be us existing for a while. Just be chilling out, just be vibing. That's the whole plan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just be vibing together.
That's all our plans. So, shall we get into the award section?
Yeah, I was mentally trying to think if there's anything else I should mention.
Well, if you have anything else, let me know.
No, I think it's been pretty good. I mean, we've done, 50 minutes of just chatting about us, which is kind of ridiculous for an EastEnders channel, but it's just the idea that I hope that if people have gotten to this point and are actually, like, looking at us going, I like this, just keep watching us. Nothing is really set to change. In fact, we're just planning on doing a little bit more than we currently do. But obviously time will tell. Plans are very in the early stages. But, just watch this space, I guess.
Yeah.
Awards section. Is this where we're actually going to talk about EastEnders?
Probably.
The awards or the final thoughts. I mean, the way we do it, normally do the final thoughts. As a week for EastEnders, it was a very strong week. I definitely enjoy the approach they took. They set up they teased and set up a lot of different things. Obviously, we have a love triangle with Bobby, Freddie, and Anna, which will obviously come to blows at some point, probably fairly soon. Obviously, we get to see Ian and Cindy come back. And instead of what I thought was going to happen, where they were going to keep Cindy away from the girls for a while, they immediately blew it up. And now we see the anger from George, who is not interested in, completely I'm not fucking dealing with your shit. And, we also get to see a bit of Elaine pushed to the side. A lot of the characters who we usually see on the show were completely mute this week, as it was all about the Beales, and it was all about the Knights, as we established two families again. I think it was probably one of the more enjoyable weeks of EastEnders. I think if I watched it in the normal way I watch EastEnders, I probably would have enjoyed it a bit more. But sometimes we gotta cover shit for the channel, so that's perfectly fine. Piggy, what did you think of the week?
It was a fun week. It's a good week, I must say. I'm looking forward to next week more. Simply because of Theo Hawthorne. As people who know me, I do like Theo Hawthorne. I do love how he's just an obsessed fan, sniffing the perfume. But I don't see him dying, because
I can see him disappearing for sure.
Yes, how I can imagine it is, I don't know why my mind instantly goes to it. But so Lily gives birth in the sitting room. Then Theo runs in, grabs the baby, and runs off. He just, like an American football, and they grab the ball, and the man just runs to the end of the goal.
Yeah.
He just fucking springs out the front door with the baby, and just hops in the car and drives off. And then near Christmas, you see him appear again. Obviously, he won't die at Christmas. He probably gets sent down for kidnapping, and I don't want to say rape Stacey, but
there will be some implied. I can imagine there'll be some definite. I don't know. I just think that it'll be a bit of a. I could imagine him definitely trying to force himself on Stacey, but I could also see Martin arriving in time and they send him off scuttling away. I don't think I could see him easily getting put in prison, but I don't think it'll be there yet. But obviously we will cover next week on the show on the channel as well. Might be a bit more stressful, but that's fine. The main thing with these videos is it's a bit more effort, but it's still just as fun, and it kind of, I don't know, it's like how we said, like how we never killed the channel because we may as well just do it. Like, it's just a good idea. It's a good idea. We missed out the one in August, I think. We didn't do a big week, I don't think. So, you know, we're making up for it. Do you have anything else before we do some awards?
Do some awards.
Steve Blackman, the most wooden award.
The actor who was wearing the sombrero.
Yeah, he was a classic. He was an absolute classic. That man with the sombrero deserves the Steve Blackman award because he stole the show despite just being sat there and looking on. Love the actor with the blue/teal sombrero. Yeah, I'm gonna take that too. I have to. I love him. I love him too much. We have to immortalize him on the show. God, what else? Underrated? Who's underrated?
Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby had a good week. Well, he didn't have a good week. He had a fucking awful week. But, like, it's just the times he gets to be a proper actor and actually, like, do some serious stuff. Like, it's a lot to take in. Your dad suddenly back with the wife of the daughter, or with his wife who had the daughter who you killed, and all of the trauma that's been kind of dealt with. Honestly, I'm still kind of amazed that Lucy's still brought up. Like, it's interesting to see that obviously the whole idea is that Bobby has been like rehabilitated. You know, he's no longer like a violent kind of like evil boy. And it's kind of funny to see that, like, the impact of Lucy's death is still on the square to this day. And considering that, I don't know, it's just wild. It just really is wild to think that it's still, like, of note. Yeah, it's kind of fun. Alright, what else? What else is next?
Wait, do you go for Bobby as well?
Underrated. No, I'm gonna go for Gina. Obviously, she was a big focal point, but I do just believe that she is, as of right now, the most interesting Knight's like sister. Not hard. There's only two of them, like, but I think she just. Like, people say like, oh, she can't fucking act. No, I think she can act very well. It's just the difference between her and Anna is a fucking metric shit ton of trauma, a metric ton of like undealt with trauma that she's never had to face before. And I do think that she will bring a lot of like trouble. But I think like I don't know. I really like the character so far. Do we have another one? Underrated Steve Blackman. Who needs slapping down? The fucking guy who's just casually carrying meth with him. Like, homie, that's supposed to be cocaine, not fucking crystal meth. Like, holy shit, you don't just give someone meth casually. Fucking mad bastard. And what, yours is Ian Beale?
Yeah, because, I'm having a heart attack, Cindy, I'm having a heart attack. And you're having a shit. Oh. Plus he insulted Jasper the parrot. You leave my boy alone. You can piss on his grave. You can piss on Dot's grave. You can spit on Dirty Den's face. But you cannot insult Jasper, George Knight, and Reese Colvin, and maybe Ricky Butcher.
Yeah. Although I do think, I think one thing that's been a really good point of the show is both they, like, obviously Ian's been redeemed. You know, he's no longer that shitter that he was when he left. But yeah, he does need to slap her down. He is about to kick a family out of the house, but it is his house. And he is taking over the businesses, which I think is equally as cool. I do want to see Ian, like... I would love to see Ian, like, become, like, very successful again. Like, I'd love to see him manage to, like, pull his businesses out of the dirt. I think it would be a fun little story. Because, obviously, Ian and his businesses are synonymous. Because that's what he spent, like, half the fucking 80s building. And, like, most of the 90s building as well. So I think it'd be pretty interesting. And there we are. Another podcast in the can. 50 minutes talking about us and 10 minutes talking about EastEnders. Yeah. Anything else, Piggy, before we just finish up with this?
No.
Well, I suppose just, thank you for watching the podcast. Obviously a slightly different one. I'm not expecting this one to do nearly as well. But yeah, thank you for watching the podcast. We do appreciate it, and we do appreciate you for at least allowing us to be in a position where we now are pretty close, probably like best friends as a whole, chilling together, planning for the future, all that good stuff. But that's been episode number 35 of Watching Walford, and I have been Ash, and I've been joined by Piggy.
Did you know Wallace and Gromit have a Instagram?
No.
They do. Gotta see Wallace in his jocks.
Wow. But yeah.
New film coming in 2024. Anyways, follow us on Twitter, X, Instagram, Twitch, at Watching Walford. Subscribe to us on YouTube. And don't forget, we are delicious. You are ice cream. We are chocolate spread. No, we're not chocolate spread. We are chocolate sauce that you put on the ice cream. And we are coming all over you. And we're coming hard. And we're going to bust it. So follow us. And again, if you want more of us just talking shite, just give us a like. Give us a subscribe. And follow us for more.
Oh, is that it? That's your outro?
Yeah.
Nah, fuck it. Alright, sound. Bye-bye.